we're going to start by talking about the Democrat who's clearly done the most to position to potentially be the nominee so far, and that is Gavin Newsom, governor of California, who on Thursday made a major announcement about a proposed fall November ballot measure that would temporarily do away with California's independent commission used for redistricting its U.S. House seats and try to create 5 more Democratic seats in the state that's already got a congressional delegation that's overwhelmingly Democratic. Here is Newsom, 201, talking about his long expected plan.
We can't stand back and watch this democracy disappear district by district all across this country, not just in Texas, but in Missouri, where J.D. Vance went just a week ago, in Indiana, in places like Ohio, in places like Florida. We need to stand up, not just California. Other blue states need to stand up. We need to be firm in our resolve.
All right. That is Gavin Newsom. Again, we're going to start there because I want to test out a couple hypotheses with our guests. Alex Castellanos, Republican strategist who's worked on his share of presidential campaigns, and then the authors of the best-selling book, Fight: Inside the Wildest Battle for the White House, available now everywhere you get books. Amy Parnes and Jonathan Allen, thank you all for coming back. Amy just published a piece about Gavin Newsom in the Hill. 203, Newsom, no regrets about fighting Donald Trump. This is, as Dan Turntine pointed out this week on the morning meeting, you have Gavin Newsom fought Trump on the fires, in the aftermath of the Southern California fires. He had a very successful trip to South Carolina. And on paper, he's a Republican, a Democrat with a lot of advantages in terms of fundraising and social media game, name ID, television savvy, etc. So, Amy, welcome all three of you. Thank you for making time. Tell us about your Gavin Newsom piece, what it involved, and how you see him currently positioned in this field.
Well, Mark, I first want your reaction because I think the last time I was on, you said there's no way that he runs.
I still don't think he's running.
Really?
Yeah, I'm the only one, but I think in the end he won't. But I try not to let that squash the conversation, because every Republican and every Democrat and every reporter I know thinks he's running. So I accept the premise, but when he doesn't run, you'll all be calling me to explain that you knew too.
Yeah, so I think the other day he and I chatted, and I think that he was basically making the case that he made today, essentially quoting Abraham Lincoln, saying when things are call for new things, we have to try new things, we have to do new things, and that's what you saw on display today. There was a split screen moment, obviously. You have these ICE raids happening outside where he's speaking. He's kind of loving that. Inside, he's speaking about redistricting and saying that he has to take this on. And he's always sort of positioned himself as a fighter. And fight isn't just it's not just the title of our book, but it's kind of like the word of the moment in Democratic politics. So I think he's kind of taking on the fight over a party that is looking for a leader. He's kind of stepping into that void and into that spotlight. And I think that it's exactly where he wants to be as he positions himself looking forward.